Hi, I'm Brianna.
And I'm Akira.
And you're watching
Dante's Boxing Nation.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? Well, it's official now. Canelo Alvarez and Liam Smith, they just had their weigh-in, and both fighters, they weighed in at 154. Now, what was pretty interesting is Canelo Alvarez, he was the only fighter that had to strip down naked to make 154, or at least to guarantee that he would make 154. The fact that he couldn't come in his underwear like everyone else did is a suggestion or an indication that it's not that easy for him to make the weight, which is another reason we always ask the question, why won't he just move up if he can't even make 154 comfortably? It's amazing to me how 1 pound makes such a difference, because he likes to come in at 155. But however, Canelo Alvarez, he made the weight. I don't think this is going to affect him any kind of way. Even if he were to come in a pound over, I don't really think it would have affected him in this fight. But one thing I will say when it comes to this actual fight, this is a really good matchup. This is a really good matchup. There's no doubt about it. Canelo Alvarez, he chose Liam Smith, feeling that Liam Smith was the weakest link. I mean, even his own opponent, Liam Smith himself. Excuse me, guys, that was my phone going off. That's what happens when you do videos on your cell phone. But anyway, like I was saying, even Canelo's own opponent, Liam Smith, said that Canelo Alvarez tried to cherry pick him. You know that's crazy when your own opponent is saying he thinks that I'm just a cherry. That's why he chose me, and that's why he avoided Gennady Golovkin. Then Liam Smith, he even said that deep down, Canelo Alvarez himself doesn't believe that he could beat Golovkin. That's pretty interesting to hear your own opponent say something like that. I mean, it's like your opponent is basically doing commentary on Canelo Alvarez when you really think about it. Now, when it comes to this fight, I wish I knew a lot more about Liam Smith, you know, rather than just seeing clips and highlights of his fights. I mean, even, you know, if I try to watch some of his fights, I still don't feel comfortable enough to say I know a whole lot about Liam Smith. But one thing I will tell you guys is Liam Smith has the type of style that could definitely give Canelo Alvarez a lot of problems. Because Canelo Alvarez, he does have stamina issues. It's very rare that you see Canelo Alvarez fight for a whole 3 minutes in a round. I mean, only time I really see him fighting really hard is when he's fighting against opponents that are much smaller than him. He looked very good against Cotto, against Josito Lopez. These were fights where he was very aggressive, right? But if in fights like the Austin Trout fight, the Erislandy Lara fight, those type of fights, Canelo Alvarez, he took off rounds, he took off minutes in the round. And I truly believe a pressure fighter can capitalize off of a fighter that takes minutes off in rounds. I mean, you know, when I look at the Kirkland fight, it's really interesting because when you look at the first round, Kirkland, he jumped on Canelo Alvarez, right? And when he jumped on Canelo Alvarez, he backed Canelo Alvarez up all the way to the ropes, and he just let off shots. And all Canelo could do was reach out and hold and tie up James Kirkland. Now, you would think with the reputation that Canelo Alvarez has, he would have fought his way out. They would have just went back and forth toe-to-toe. That's not what he did. He tied him up. So I believe when it comes to Canelo Alvarez, you can actually beat Canelo Alvarez 2 different ways. You could beat him with great ring generalship and footwork in the ring, like Erislandy Lara and Floyd Mayweather did. But you can also beat him applying a lot of pressure, like Floyd Mayweather did in the later rounds. against Canelo Alvarez. You had the smaller Floyd Mayweather that was walking down the much bigger Canelo Alvarez. This fight is going to come down to how Liam Smith, how he... This fight is going to come down to how Liam Smith responds and reacts to Canelo Alvarez's power. If Liam Smith can take Canelo Alvarez's best shot and he can continue to walk forward and he doesn't get gun shy like David Lemieux did, because see, David Lemieux is another aggressive fighter, but when David Lemieux fought against Gennady Golovkin, he got caught a couple times and he was afraid to come in. So basically, if your only chance of winning is being aggressive and you're not being aggressive in the fight, you really have no chance. I'm telling you guys right now, when it comes to this fight, I live out here in Las Vegas. I'm going to put some money on Liam Smith to win this fight. I truly believe that if Liam Smith, if he makes it to the second half of this fight, there's a very good chance he pulls off this upset. If Liam Smith continues to apply pressure the entire night, he has a very, very good chance of pulling off the upset. Now, once again, I'm not going to sit over here and tell you that I'm really comfortable with my pick. This is not Mayweather-Pacquiao. This is not Andre Ward versus Kovalev, because I can tell you right now, I'm very comfortable when I tell you that I believe Andre Ward, he beat Sergey Kovalev. But when it comes to this fight, this is a little different because, once again, I don't know Liam Smith. I didn't know who he was before this fight was even made, and the majority of fans didn't know who he was, because if they did, they would be saying, oh, you know, why won't he fight that Liam Smith guy? No one was saying that before the fight. So with that being said, yeah, you know, I'm going to slightly lean towards Liam Smith to pull off the upset, especially if he makes it past the fifth and the sixth round and he's still coming forward. He's still showing great signs of aggression. I truly believe he can walk down Canelo Alvarez, break him down. I like what I've seen in the highlights. Of course, those are not Canelo Alvarez he's fighting in the highlights, but still, I believe that Canelo Alvarez, he has stamina issues. And if Liam Smith is coming forward with body shots, hard hooks to the face, hard hooks to the body, vicious uppercuts, this could be a very, very competitive, and very entertaining fight. I truly believe that. We'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens. Well, I was going to talk a little bit more, but I have to end this video right now. We'll talk some more about this video after the fight. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
This is Bobby, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
Love that.